For many entrepreneurs, selling is the biggest thing that's getting in the way of their next chapter of expansion and growth. So if you want to discover how to unlock that bottleneck and scale your business to the next level, keep watching. So I saw this great quote on social media earlier, and it said, if you're overly focused on sales in business, it's because your marketing sucks. And if you're overly focused on marketing, it's because your product sucks. And I love this so much because, the truth is, when I look back over the course of my business, I spent a long time learning how to be really good at sales. And as a former director of sales who came from an environment where I was leading a sales team, it's funny how the thing that you're really good at in business often becomes your biggest bottleneck because it's just the thing that you double down on, where it's like, okay, if you're a hammer, you think everything's a nail. And so because I was good at sales, because I understood the art and science of selling over the phone, I really leaned on that super heavily in the first few years of my business. And it took me a long time to realize that sales is really just like, if you have to sell, it's just because you're not doing a good enough job in your marketing. And so as my marketing got better, what I started experiencing was people would reach out and they didn't need a sales call. And so I could start selling via text, and I started signing clients over text message and just being able to say, here's the offer, and creating an ecosystem in my marketing where I allowed the right person to create that moment for themselves where they would go, you're my person. And when you do this through your marketing, you don't need to double down on sales. So I see a lot of businesses that are heavily sales driven. And the problem with sales is that it's non-leveraged. So generally, unless you're selling on webinars or content or things like that, you're having a one-to-one conversation with someone. And so it doesn't scale. And so the people who do scale heavily sales-driven models end up needing multiple salespeople, and then you got to manage a bunch of salespeople on your team, and you got to pay generally 10% if you're selling a high ticket of those sales to a salesperson. And so you've got this bloat and complexity in your business, all based on the foundational thing that it's like you're making up for bad marketing. So if you just deconstruct the journey of sales, and this is what I started doing, was thinking, okay, well, what am I doing in a sales call? How am I connecting someone to a specific set of beliefs, or helping them uncover desire, or to see the gap more clearly between where they are today and where they want to go? And once I started realizing I could do all of that same stuff in marketing and create a journey through which the sales process basically just happened through marketing in a more leveraged way, selling became a lot easier. So, is there any problem with sales? No, I love sales. But ultimately, it will become a bottleneck at some point in your business. And then at a certain point, marketing will become a bottleneck. And so it's like, well, can you make a product and a customer experience that's so good that you don't even need to market because people market for you?